Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into legal tech today.
Oh, cool.
Specifically, this AI system called Legal Opinion Pro. And, you sent over their, intro and capabilities overview.
Right.
I gotta say, this thing is making some serious waves.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
So think of this deep dive as, your express lane to understanding just how much this AI could shake things up in the legal world.
Yeah, definitely. It has the potential to be really impactful.
So one thing that really jumped out at me is how Legal Opinion Pro is designed to handle the really complex stuff. We're talking those intricate requests for legal opinion,
Right, yeah.
RFOs, the things that can make or break a case.
Absolutely. Those are critical.
So walk me through this.
Sure.
Let's say a company's about to, step into a huge merger, right?
Okay.
An international merger, something really big.
Yeah.
Are you saying they could actually use Legal Opinion Pro to compare, let's say, data privacy laws?
They could, yeah.
Across different countries?
That's exactly right.
Wow.
Legal Opinion Pro can analyze those legal frameworks, side by side.
Wow.
Pulling out, the relevant precedents, all the arguments.
It's amazing.
You can imagine the time saved, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Compared to, manually digging through
mountains of paperwork.
Mountains of legal documents.
Exactly.
It's a huge difference.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they also have this risk and liability assessment function.
Right.
So in that same scenario, could a company use this to sort of get ahead of
potential problems?
Potential lawsuits?
Absolutely, they could.
If they're all about
developing a new product or something.
Yeah, it's all about being proactive.
Okay.
Think about it. Imagine a company that is creating a new software, right?
Yeah.
Legal Opinion Pro can analyze all the features, compare them to existing patents.
Or highlight potential, intellectual property conflicts before they even launch.
So they can kind of see around corners.
Exactly. It's all about proactive risk management.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And speaking of creating things, the document also mentioned that Legal Opinion Pro can actually generate all kinds of legal documents.
It can, yes.
We're talking contracts. Cease-and-desist letters.
Cease and desist.
The whole shebang.
It's really sophisticated. So imagine a lawyer needs to draft a complex contract, right? Legal Opinion Pro could generate that first draft.
Oh, wow.
Incorporate all the necessary, clauses in all the legal language.
That's amazing.
Potentially saving hours and hours of work.
It really is incredible.
Yeah.
It's like having this legal eagle assistant.
It is.
Just working 24/7.
Right.
But thinking beyond just the speed. Could this change?
It could.
Who has access to these legal services?
That's a great question.
You know what I mean? Could someone who couldn't previously afford a lawyer?
It's an important question.
Yeah.
Now utilize something like Legal Opinion Pro.
Exactly. It's
It's possible.
Democratizing access in a way.
The potential is there, right, to make legal tools more accessible.
Yeah.
But we also need to think about responsible use.
Absolutely.
We need to address concerns about potential biases.
Right, because this AI, it's not
Right.
it's not replacing human lawyers entirely, is it?
No, not at all.
It's more about giving them
a new tool.
Giving them a powerful new tool.
Yeah.
Think of it as augmenting human expertise.
Right.
Not replacing it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's like a powerful assistant, not a replacement for a lawyer's, judgment and experience.
Okay, so the document goes on to talk about
right.
legal compliance and strategy.
Yeah.
And it seems like this is where
Legal Opinion Pro could really help businesses navigate this crazy,
absolutely
ever-changing world of regulations.
Compliance is a major concern for businesses these days.
It is.
And the penalties for getting it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
I mean, just recently, there was this case.
Really?
A company had to pay millions in fines.
Oh, wow.
Because they overlooked
a
specific data privacy regulation.
I see.
So Legal Opinion Pro could help prevent these situations.
That's amazing.
It's like having a digital compliance officer.
I was going to say.
On staff, yeah.
It's like a built-in compliance officer.
Right.
And, this document highlights some really interesting areas like corporate governance analysis and intellectual property protection.
Yes, those are.
So could you give us an example of how Legal Opinion Pro could be used in those areas?
Absolutely. Imagine Legal Opinion Pro is analyzing a company's board meeting minutes. Right. It might flag a potential conflict of interest.
Oh, wow.
That human lawyers might have missed.
I see.
Potentially saving the company from, like, a damaging lawsuit.
Yeah.
Or even a PR nightmare.
That's incredible.
It's powerful stuff.
It really feels like Legal Opinion Pro is pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
It really is.
In the legal field.
And what's even more fascinating is how it can be used to analyze judicial trends.
Oh, really?
And government guidance.
So it's not just about corporate law.
No, not at all.
It's about
understanding the broader legal landscape.
Wow.
They have features like litigation strategy support and constitutional and human rights law analysis.
So, like, imagine a lawyer preparing for, let's say, a Supreme Court case.
Right.
They could use this to analyze...
They could use it to analyze past rulings.
Yeah.
On similar issues, right?
Wow.
To potentially identify patterns and arguments.
That's incredible. It's like, it's powerful.
A legal time machine almost.
In a way, yeah.
And then there's this data analysis for legal purposes section. And this is where things get really...
This is where it gets interesting.
Futuristic.
Yeah.
This case outcome prediction function, it sounds like something straight out of a...
Yeah, it's definitely... It captures the imagination.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember
that
these predictions are based on probabilities.
Okay.
Not certainties.
So it's not like a crystal ball or something.
Not a crystal ball, but it can give you a sense.
It could give lawyers some valuable insights.
It could,
into how a judge might rule.
Exactly. It's about providing data-driven insights, you know, that can inform legal strategies.
Yeah.
And potentially improve outcomes for their clients.
Okay. So for our listeners out there, if you had to sum up what you've seen so far,
I would say it's a game changer in terms of how legal work is done.
It's not about replacing lawyers.
Right.
It's about giving them a powerful new set of tools to work smarter, faster, and potentially more effectively.
And it raises some pretty big questions.
It does.
About access to justice.
It does.
And the future of the legal profession.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting time.
Okay, so before we move on, I want to point out that this document explicitly addresses the limitations of Legal Opinion Pro.
It does.
It's not designed to replace human legal counsel.
Right.
It's not going to give you legal advice.
It's a tool.
It's a tool, right?
And it's crucial to remember that it needs to be used responsibly and ethically.
And speaking of ethics,
that's
something that we'll be exploring in more depth in the next part.
Looking forward to that.
Of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at the implications of AI.
Right.
For access to justice, the balance of power.
Absolutely.
In legal proceedings and the future of the legal profession.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating discussion.
It is. So stay tuned, folks.
Yeah.
The deep dive continues after a short break.
Sounds good.
See you on the other side.
All right. So, you know, one of the most intriguing things about Legal Opinion Pro is its focus on data analysis. It's not just about, like, finding legal documents, you know.
Right.
It's about uncovering the hidden patterns, the trends within those documents.
It's like it's taking the concept of legal precedent and, like, putting it on steroids or something.
Right.
Instead of just looking at a few key cases, it can analyze massive data sets.
Massive data sets of legal decisions.
Yeah.
It's really incredible.
That case outcome prediction still feels a bit like science fiction.
I know.
To me, can AI really
good question.
Predict how a judge might rule?
Well, it's important to remember, that these predictions are based on probabilities, not certainties.
Okay.
So think of it like a sophisticated weather forecast. It can give you a sense of what's likely to happen.
Yeah.
But it can't,
it can't tell you for sure.
Predict the future with 100% accuracy.
So it's more about giving lawyers like a strategic advantage than telling them exactly.
It's about providing
what's going to happen.
Data-driven insights that can help lawyers make more informed decisions.
I see.
About their cases.
So, for instance, if Legal Opinion Pro analyzes like 1,000 similar cases, and it finds that judges rule in favor of, the plaintiff 80% of the time.
That's powerful information.
That's huge. Okay, so Shifting gears a bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about the impact of all this on the legal profession itself.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are worried that AI is going to put lawyers out of a job.
It's a common concern.
Is that a realistic concern?
I think it's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
I don't think AI is going to replace lawyers entirely.
Uh-huh.
But it will undoubtedly change the way they work.
I see.
Just like, calculators didn't eliminate the need for accountants.
Right.
AI tools like Legal Opinion Pro, they're going to free up lawyers from those,
mundane tasks.
Routine tasks.
Yeah.
Allowing them to focus on higher level thinking and strategy.
So instead of spending hours researching case law,
right,
they could use Legal Opinion Pro to do the heavy lifting.
Exactly.
And then focus on crafting arguments.
Yeah, negotiating settlements, all of that.
It sounds like it could really change things.
It really could.
So it's about augmenting human capabilities.
Exactly.
Not replacing them.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Like before email, lawyers spent so much time, dictating letters.
Right.
Having them typed up.
Sending them through the mail.
And then sending them through the mail.
Yeah.
Email didn't make lawyers obsolete.
Right.
It just freed them up.
Right.
To focus on
more valuable tasks.
More valuable things.
And it sounds like AI could have a similar impact.
It's possible.
But it also raises some interesting questions about what skills lawyers will need.
Absolutely.
To thrive.
In this new AI-powered world.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's not just
about knowing the law anymore.
About knowing the law.
It's about understanding how to use these new tools.
Right.
Effectively.
And I imagine we'll also see...
We probably will.
A shift towards more specialized legal roles.
It's possible.
Some lawyers might focus on areas...
Yeah, areas where AI is less effective.
Like
negotiation or courtroom advocacy.
While others might specialize in working with the AI.
Right, becoming experts in data analysis.
Right.
And legal technology.
It's fascinating.
It is.
And it's not just about the lawyers themselves, right? It's also about...
It's about access to justice.
Access to justice for everyone.
For everyone.
Could tools like this... make legal services more
affordable.
To people who might not have been able to afford them before?
It's a crucial question.
It is.
And it deserves careful consideration.
Yeah.
The potential is definitely there.
Because AI could automate
a lot of the tasks.
So many of the tasks.
That traditionally drive up the cost of legal services.
Imagine a world
where
you could get basic legal advice or have a simple contract drafted for a fraction of the cost.
That would be incredible.
Of hiring a lawyer.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer for so many people.
Absolutely.
Are there any downsides?
Well, I think it's important.
Anything we should be worried about?
To be mindful of the potential challenges.
Okay.
We need to make sure that these AI tools are accessible to everyone.
Right.
Regardless of their,
tech skills,
so
their income,
their financial resources. Exactly.
And we need to be cautious about potential biases in the data that these systems are trained on.
Right.
Because if we're not careful, AI could
inadvertently perpetuate existing inequalities in our legal system.
It's about using AI responsibly and ensuring that it serves the goal
of justice.
Of justice for all.
For everyone.
So zooming out a bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about the broader societal implications of all this.
Yeah, the bigger picture.
What are some of the things?
Well, one of the most significant impacts could be on the balance of power in legal proceedings.
I see.
If one side has access to sophisticated AI tools and the other side doesn't, that could create a significant advantage.
That could.
We need to make sure that everyone has a fair chance to present their case.
Regardless of
their resources. Or their access to technology.
It's like having one lawyer with a state-of-the-art research team and the other lawyer with just a law library.
Exactly.
Could that undermine...
It could.
The principle of equality before the law?
That's a valid concern.
It is.
We need to be very mindful of those potential imbalances and work towards solutions that promote fairness and equal access to justice.
So, what kind of solutions are we talking about?
Well, one possibility might be to create, publicly funded AI resources that are available to everyone.
Interesting.
Regardless of their ability to pay.
So like a digital public defender for the
Exactly.
Something like that.
But beyond just the practical implications.
Right.
There are also philosophical questions to consider.
Absolutely.
If AI starts to play a larger role in legal decision-making,
right?
How does that impact?
It raises questions about
our understanding of the rule of law.
Transparency.
Okay.
And accountability.
I see.
You know, if AI is helping to shape legal arguments, analyze evidence, even predict outcomes, we need to make sure that these AI systems are designed with transparency in mind,
so we can
understand
how they're making decisions,
how they're reaching their conclusions.
Oh, it's not just about using AI
getting the right answer.
It's about understanding how that answer is reached.
Right.
And ensuring that the process is fair and just.
And that's
where
the human element is so important.
Remains crucial.
Yeah.
Lawyers, judges, policymakers, they're going to need to grapple with these complex questions.
Absolutely.
Balancing the power of AI with the fundamental principles of justice.
Right. Right.
And due process.
It feels like we're at
a
crossroads.
Where we need
to important choices.
Yeah, about how we want AI to shape our legal systems.
Exactly.
And this isn't just about legal professionals. It's about all of us.
All of us.
As citizens.
The decisions we make.
And the decisions we make
about AI and the law
will have a profound impact on our society.
Well, this has been an incredibly thought-provoking discussion.
It really has.
I know I've learned a ton.
Me too.
And I hope our listeners have too.
I hope so.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But it's clear that this is just the beginning.
It is.
Of a much larger conversation. About AI and the future of law.
Absolutely.
And it's a conversation.
That's
only going to become more important. As AI continues to evolve.
And permeate every aspect of our lives.
Right. And for our listeners who are feeling a little overwhelmed by all this.
I understand.
Don't worry. You don't need to become AI experts overnight.
No. Not at all.
The key is to
stay informed. Ask questions.
Yeah.
And engage with these issues.
Right.
In a thoughtful and critical way.
Because the future of law and AI
is
being shaped right now.
And
it's up to all of us.
It is.
To ensure that
it's a future we can all
believe in. Yeah.
It really does feel like a whole new era in law.
It does. It really does.
AI is changing the game in ways we probably haven't even fully grasped yet.
I think that's right.
So for our listeners who want to dive deeper into this topic, where would you recommend they start?
I mean, the Legal Opinion Pro website is a great place to start.
They've got a lot of detailed information on there about, the system's capabilities and some really interesting case studies, too.
Oh, cool.
That show how it's being used in the real world.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we'll be sure to include a link to that in the show notes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, folks, you can easily find it.
Easy access.
And I'd also encourage everyone to just, stay curious about this topic.
Yeah.
Read articles, listen to other podcasts.
Right.
Follow legal tech blogs.
There's so much information out there.
There is.
And it's changing all the time.
It is. It's constantly evolving.
Yeah, so staying engaged and informed.
Yeah.
I think that's really key.
That's the key takeaway here.
Yeah.
It's not a static topic.
No.
It's constantly
evolving rapidly.
And the more we understand it, the better equipped we'll be.
Exactly.
To navigate the changes and make sure that, AI is being used responsibly and ethically.
In the legal sphere, yeah.
And I think this whole conversation...
I think so, too.
...has really highlighted that it's not just about the technology.
It's not, no.
It's about the people.
It's about us.
Who create it.
The people who use it.
And the impact.
The impact it has.
It has on society.
On society as a whole.
And we need
to be having these conversations.
Yeah, we need to be talking about this stuff.
Asking tough questions.
Asking the tough questions and demanding transparency.
And accountability.
From the people who are, developing and deploying these systems.
The people who are building them.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
This has been a really incredible deep dive.
It has.
Into Legal Opinion Pro and the future of law.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
I know. I've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot, too.
And I hope our listeners have, too.
I hope so.
And to our listeners.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of AI and law.
It's been a fun one.
It has. And remember, stay curious.
Just stay curious.
Keep exploring.
Yeah.
And let's all work together to make sure that AI is used to create a more just and equitable world.
For everyone.
For everyone. All right, folks, that's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
Take care.